Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Alternative Jargon, episode number 16. Today's podcast is brought to you by Miller Lite. Miller Lite, full taste, only 96 calories. Just kidding. We're not there yet on the show. But today I have two very special guests today. Second guest episode ever on Alternative Jargon. I'd like to introduce you to my friend on the left here, Garrett Walk. And my friend on the right, Max Sadvary. We are at an undisclosed location in Oppenheimer's bomb shelter tonight. And we're ready to go. We're ready to discuss a lot of important things. And I'd like to start this podcast off by saying a happy belated birthday to Max.
Thank
Just
you.
turned 21. That's why we can all have the open canisters here on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Max, did you recover from your 21st birthday yet?
No, I kind of blacked out, and yeah.
What was the best part about it?
Probably the pool. That was fun.
Pool? Okay.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, that wasn't swimming. He's talking about
Yes,
billiards.
yes. No,
Billiards,
swimming like Kendrick Lamar in the liquor.
So we took Max out to our local bar the other night for his 21st birthday, and we all bought him drinks. And Max had a lot to drink that night.
Yes, I did. Everybody wanted to buy me a shot. It started off rough and it ended rough. And
You didn't throw up, did you?
No, I did not. No, I
That's good.
felt like I held my own.
How'd you feel? How'd you feel the next morning?
Oh man, I was hungover till like 2.
2.
Yeah. And
Dude, that isn't
if
bad,
I turned my
actually.
head like a bad direction, like it was like coming up, dude. It was like, you know what I mean? I felt dizzy.
Yeah, this is like Jeopardy. I introduce my guests with a little anecdote from each. Garrett, you just got your first big boy job. How's that going?
Yeah, first big boy job. I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, I really enjoy it, you know. Work from home Monday and Friday. Thanks, COVID. If you're watching, you know, a little props to you.
COVID, thanks for tuning in.
All you. But yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. Yeah, just and like it's a stepping stone, you know, and what I want to do in the future.
So there's a lot of things to get to today. Many, many things. This is both of yours first appearance on a podcast, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ever.
You guys have been
I'm
media,
nervous.
You guys have been media briefed though, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I got piss tested, everything. Yeah,
You're
we're good.
yeah, okay.
No PEDs here.
Okay, good. It is like a job when you go on Alternative Jargon, you have to get tested for everything. Now, Garrett, tell me a little bit about your TikTok For You page recently.
Yeah,
What's been on it? What's been on it?
I mean, for the most part, I mean, we all know the algorithm on TikTok. Besides Max, he's
Max
he doesn't
is
have
not.
TikTok.
Max is above. He's woke.
Yeah.
Max doesn't. Max is an Instagram Reels guy.
I live in
so-
a bunker so that the 5G waves do not reach me.
Exactly. Yeah. YouTube Shorts kind of guy.
When we're
We still love him though.
Max, when we're like in our graves, he's gonna still be scrolling on Reels.
Reels,
Like
yeah.
when the Chinese invade and they blow up our house because we're on TikTok.
Yeah.
He's gonna be going strong.
Yep,
Yeah, and
exactly.
oblivious to everything.
So hats off to Max.
Yep. But for the most part, I mean, my TikTok page is filled with sports, and then just like people such as Daniel Larson,
Acquaintances.
acquaintances.
Fine man.
Yeah, fine, like the finest man on earth, and as well as like World of T-shirts, of course.
Right. To all the listeners, watchers out there, the tens of you watching right now, if you don't know who Daniel Larson is, we'll start with him. So about 3 years ago, this guy appeared on my For You page. Very interesting fella. All of his videos are recorded in about 240p. I don't know what he records on, but whatever it is, I want to get my hands on it to do the podcast in.
Yeah.
And, you know, he has different eras. He had the fog. Remember when the fog was taking over?
Yeah, the fog era. So the fog era was something like, you know, I think he was using a Walmart phone, and somehow this like gray matter started filling up his phone on the front-facing camera.
Well, I wouldn't use the term gray matter because that refers to the brain,
brain.
and there's not a whole lot of those in his
Okay.
videos.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
But
I mean, just a video quality was just like super foggy, so that's why it's called the fog era. You know?
and he had his presidential run in 2020.
Yeah.
They tried to elect him president.
Yep.
They there for a while he was kind of internet stalking Grace VanderWaal.
Yeah. Great. Yeah.
I still
mean,
don't even know who that is. Do you?
Grace Vanderwall, yeah, she was the AGT, America's Got Talent winner back in 2018.
Okay.
But
He
yeah.
he knows. That's why I had him on, folks. He's got all the lore.
No, but I mean, the main premise of Daniel Larson was, back in COVID, everybody was bored at home, and especially like the teenagers of like the 13 to 16 range, they pretended to be Grace Vanderwall to kind of lure President Larson in, manipulation and manipulating him in some ways.
Right. Now, this is sort of an ethical issue, a moral issue, because Daniel Larson, I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but it's fairly evident that he has some sort of mental disorder. And some of the stuff is pretty messed up that people do to him to try to bait him in. And some of it's funny, some of it's sad, a little bit of both a lot of the times. But
he's kind of like the replica of Chris Chan.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Kind of sad to see.
it is
Yeah.
very sad to
funny.
see, but it's like a train wreck you can't look away from, and that's about 90% of content on the internet
Yes.
today, I would argue.
It'll run its course, and there will be a new guy.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, we'll always remember him
Right.
in
Yeah.
some ways.
No matter where Larson goes down in history, he will always be remembered for his contributions to the community.
Yeah.
And World of T-Shirts, this is another guy sort of in the same boat as Daniel. However, I think he's a little bit more cognizant. And he started off doing like coffee reviews 3 years ago.
Yeah, like he was super innocent, and then once he turned 21, he
He's sort of off the rails.
yeah, I mean, he drinks every day and just goes live, and then he always wears a captain hat, because he's a captain of New York, quotes.
Right. Forget about Jeter. Forget about Aaron Judge.
Captain of New York.
That's the
and,
captain of New York.
People would find his location in New York and then mess with him. They would take his captain hat and he would freak out,
As far as I know, these two have never been covered on a podcast, but I'd like to bring this journalism to the mainstream media here on Alternative Jargon. If you watch World of T-Shirts, a.k.a. Joshua Block on TikTok, he starts off his day almost every single day at McSorley's in New York, the oldest bar in New York, and a lot of the times the video is pretty shaky until he gets a couple drinks in him, and the comments really do just egg him on. I saw one, Garrett, the other day, he posted a TikTok of him sipping like a slushy drink, and somebody commented, they said, "Hey, finally a non-alcoholic drink," and then he goes, "It's spiked," by the way. He replied to it. He really ratioed that comment hard.
Yeah.
But a very interesting world we live in. Max, you use Instagram Reels, or what do you use? When you want to brainlessly scroll, what do you use?
It's mostly the YouTube Shorts right now.
Okay, do you do that on your phone or computer?
My phone, of course.
And
Yep, I
what's-
can't bring the computer to the bathroom with me.
Well, yeah, that'd be a little awkward. Hard to wipe with that going on.
Yes, exactly.
So what's been on your YouTube Shorts?
It's mostly just baseball and, a Joe Rogan clip here or there. Just a normal, male feed,
Nothing,
But then-
nothing out of the ordinary, or
Well, there's this. So on YouTube Shorts, there's this weird thing where a lot of really non-viewed content comes up, and it's mostly stuff from kids. So it'll be like this weird MLB compilation that some little kid made with a couple likes, and then or it'll be some kids playing at a playground, and I'm like, okay, what is this?
Yeah.
It makes no sense. But I don't think that's just me. I think everybody.
no? I
At
guess
least on the shorts, I feel like they're trying to get new creators out there, so they'll push the unseen stuff.
Yeah.
But it's man, I can't stop. Can't get away from it.
If only we had that whenever we were making Black Ops 2 trick shotting videos.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
We would honestly be part of FaZe. We're opted.
Oh,
Yeah, we wouldn't even be here right now.
when Max and
Yeah.
I were making Rocket League freestyle videos in training packs in 2016, we would have totally
Those
hit
were the
we would have
days.
hit the algorithm hard,
Yes.
and we would have been millionaires by now.
Mm-hmm.
Of
course.
You guys ever seen Napoleon Dynamite?
No.
I have not, no.
Well, there's a part where Uncle Rico, who's like a washed up, he wishes he was a football star. He goes, if they put me in the state championship, I would have been soaking it up in the hot tub with my soulmate right now. in my mansion. And if we had YouTube Shorts in 2016, that would have been us at the ripe old age of 21 years old. But unfortunately, there's nothing we can do to go back in time. That's not possible. So, what has your guys' summer been like thus far? I mean, I kind of already know, but...
Oh, man, just been running around here and there, hanging out with all sorts of faces, you know, getting into all sorts of things. Just the other day, I was golfing, like, you know, just at the driving range. You know, like, I'll hoop the next day, and then, like, you know, I'm doing baseball the next day, and then gym. Like, I'm always active.
Yeah.
Always active.
You guys...
And I eat big and take bigger shits.
Right. Yeah. Well, as you guys know, I do the latter one of those two. I try to eat big, sometimes I do, but the shit part, absolutely big time.
Absolutely big time.
After the ulcerative colitis diagnosis...
Well, you need that shit out of you. It's poison.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Garrett, how have your bowel movements been?
Pretty consistent, you know. I mean, I gotta show up for work at 8 a.m. I always have a coffee. And I always like contemplate, do I clock in before or after? You know, so I always clock in before, then I run to the restroom for like 10 minutes and doom scroll on TikTok, you know, and see the faces that we've talked about previously.
Now, at your work, you clock in. Is it like you swipe a card? How do you clock in?
No, I mean, I just type in my work email and then password and then multi-factor on my phone, and then just click clock in.
So you do it like from your desk?
Yeah.
Do you have a desk, a cubicle? What's your setup?
Yeah, I mean, it's a cubicle. It's got like a function where you can raise the desk and then lower the desk for like if you want to stand up.
Do you stand a lot or?
No, but I mean, I think I should because I'd be sitting a lot.
It's not one of those offices with the exercise balls you can bounce on?
No, not yet.
Like math class in 6th grade?
Not yet.
Not yet.
We all remember those days, yeah. Those were fun.
Did you guys have the bouncy balls in health class in middle school?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did. Did you, Garrett?
Like the big green balls that you sit
Yeah.
on? And everybody would fight over?
Yeah.
Yes.
And they had the little nipples on the bottom.
Mm-hmm. And if you
yes,
and
I do
everyone
remember
would
those.
everyone would flip them over and pretend to,
you gotta
stimulate
You gotta fall off the back of it a couple of times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That pissed off the teacher at least a little bit.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
You had to do what you had to do back then. You had to stay.
Yeah.
That was before YouTube Shorts. We had to stay entertained the old-fashioned way.
Some creativity.
You gotta piss off your boss a little bit too.
Yeah.
So is there like a central coffee pot? Do you drink your coffee from work?
Yeah.
Because in all the movies and TV shows, there's always a dilemma happening at the coffee station at the office.
Like a water dispenser.
Like the boss shows up and the coffee's not on yet, and they.
The old Karens, bitching, and
they.
The manager has to come in, and then he's getting the tea, and apparently like some chick fucked his ex-wife or something.
Okay, what show are you watching? What show are you watching?
I feel like Garrett's work is just The Office.
Yeah, no.
And I get to get little snippets of it.
I picture Garrett's work like he works at Ted Benecke's shop from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, all the tea goes down, and he just takes it all in.
Right.
Well, I seen the picture of the refrigerator magnets and everything.
Yes.
I could see what was on everybody's mind there. It was just beer with the alphabet, alphabet magnets.
Yes.
I walk into my GI doctor's office the other day to reschedule my appointment because my colon's messed up, and the only decoration they have in that office, I'm speaking to the woman, I'm speaking to the receptionist to reschedule my appointment, and in the background, it looks like a sterile hospital environment. Everything's white. It looks so boring. And then there's one sign that said, like, I wish I was drinking wine. And that's how I know I'm in the right doctor's office.
Yeah, that checks out. Yeah,
that's
checks out.
The sign of sanity.
Yes. Yeah, there's no color in that whole place, but there's one maroon sign that says it's 5:00 somewhere, and then you go, "Welcome to the doctor."
Well, I mean, I think all of us together like grew up like in high school, and we all did good in our classes, and we thought the workforce was going to be like strict, like no leeway for anything. And then you grow up and you kind of realize like everyone's like a functioning alcoholic.
Well, yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah, the classic example. Yeah, no, sorry to cut you off.
Everyone needs like that drink or that glass of wine like at 5:00. A lot of people do it like right after work, and It's just normal.
Well, yeah, I mentioned in a previous podcast, you got to have something unhealthy you do, or you'll just go psycho.
Yeah.
So, what was I just gonna say? Well, yeah, what you just said about how you picture the work environment as a kid is, oh, this is so professional.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the same thing as your second grade teacher going, that's not going to fly in the third grade. And then you get to the third grade, and they got the Boeing 767 lined up on the runway. That it flies, trust me.
Yeah.
It soars at 30,000 feet, and hopefully it doesn't crash into a twin tower, but it definitely flies. But anything else fun happen at your work? I mean, you got 2 weeks under your belt?
Yeah, I mean, week and a half
Week and
so
a half.
far. Yeah, still like learning faces and names and stuff. But I mean, yeah, like back to the alcohol thing. Like my first week there, they had a picnic, and you know, I mean, I had no idea what to expect. But they had a cornhole tournament. They had food. They had beverages and stuff. Not only just water and juice, but they had like sangrias and like martinis and beer. I was like, wow. So everybody does need something to keep them going throughout the day.
Yeah.
At least in America.
Yeah.
Was that at the office, like right outside the office?
Yeah. Yeah.
It is kind of wild. I think about this a lot, honestly, especially since I've turned 21 and being at college where, you know, the globe sort of spins on alcohol, whether better or for worse. That's just kind of how college works. I do think a lot like how much of our lives are just, you know, from one substance use to the next. Like, how much of what makes the world go round is just people being motivated by, well, I can drink this weekend.
Every
know?
part of the world.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
from
I mean,
every level of the social hierarchy.
Like if it's not alcohol, it's coffee. You know, like there's always that one beverage that keeps.
and it can
If it's not coffee, it's green tea. You know.
Yeah.
I think it was the TikTok of like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, the TikTok where they caught Tucker Carlson using Zins like at the office or whatever, and they started calling him Tucker Carl Zin.
Tucker
And
Carl Zin.
it is. One of the comments on that post was like, you know, the Western world was built on caffeine and alcohol, and it is kind of true.
Yeah, I think the military today is like, you know, it runs on nicotine and coffee, and alcohol for the most part. You know, because every like military guy you know, they always rely on stimulants or depressants to get them throughout the weekday and weekend.
Well, yeah, they get 4 hours of sleep. They have to wake up and go run 5 miles and get yelled at.
Yeah.
I might need a cup of coffee before that too.
Before that, yeah.
It is kind of wild. But so I wanted to talk a little bit about the FedEx Army. I'm not a part of it.
Oh god.
But you guys are a couple of I mean, you guys are probably officers at this point in the FedEx Army.
Oh, I'm a general.
Yeah,
General?
High school.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How long you been there?
A year.
That's
You've really
more than
been there a
most.
year.
Yeah.
How long
Yeah,
have you
a
been
year.
there?
A year and a half, year and 3/4. Yeah.
Okay. So how's the
FedEx Army.
yeah.
It's an army for sure.
The
You know, we're both wearing our green shirts. Like,
green shirts. Yeah.
you know, it really takes a toll on us.
Now, I don't want to get into this too hard, because if you guys are like a top level clearance, there's probably some stuff you can't talk about FedEx, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
Max, do you have that clearance yet? Like, is there some classified stuff we can't bring out to the public light?
Well, they won't even give me the walkie-talkie.
Really? You
Garrett's
get a
got the
walkie-talkie?
walkie-talkie. That's good.
I used to have the walkie-talkie privilege.
Well, yeah, you were,
I was trainer.
Yeah.
I was trainer at FedEx Army. Yeah.
and that got you a little price, got you a little wage upgrade?
A little wage, and then I went back to occasional. So I only worked 2 shifts every month. But not too
Life.
bad.
So are you doing those like weekends?
No, not weekends. Probably like Mondays, you know. Just
Like after your
Get 'em done.
after work?
Yep.
So, did you guys recruit Jesse?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Yeah.
And did you actually did you recruit him like for real? Like, was there like a thing where you guys get a little bonus if you get somebody on board or what?
No, I mean, there was a little initiation thing where, you know, we had to, you know, take a pile of boxes and stack it on him.
Right.
And, yeah.
See if he can survive the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He had to go under the trailer and, you know, check some things.
Well, yeah, there's a little like boot camp action at FedEx.
Yeah,
There
there's
is.
initiation and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys like take him in the bathroom and
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah.
brand him and
The only
Yeah.
2 bathrooms in the entire mile radius warehouse.
yeah, yeah. So I gotta ask, it's a giant warehouse, right?
It is. It's huge. Yeah.
And there are how many bathrooms in the whole thing?
There's one in the front, one in the middle, and then one in the very back.
So about
So there's 3 stalls.
4 in total.
In each?
But 3 that
No.
you can access.
3 stalls in the whole warehouse.
Yes, 3
Yeah.
to 4 stalls in the entire warehouse.
And
And, then
there's-
half the time the cleaning people are cleaning them.
And there's
Yes.
like 1,000 people working there at once, probably.
I'd
How many
Like
people?
160.
For one shift, which is 4 hours, it's maybe like 100 people.
So you guys are always trying to recruit me to FedEx.
Yep.
The main reason I say no is I can't work at a place like that.
No,
Yeah.
be a
Not with
changed
my
man.
condition.
You'll be a changed man, but for the better. I mean, like no matter what job you go into, you're gonna get that experience. So for FedEx, the experience is like meeting new people. Like there's all sorts of people. There's it's like half college students from the local area, half like mothers with kids, like trying to just make some money, and then like half like kids coming right out of high school.
and then half
It's-
of our graduating class.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's
So
a
it's
lot of young people because the young people are like the factory. It's always been like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're the factory.
Slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the most part.
Are
yeah.
there-
You had to say it for me.
Are there any like FedEx lifers there? Like
FedEx for lifers? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
100%.
there's people that'll make it a competition to how well that they can load a trailer. They'll be like, oh yeah, I loaded 400 boxes an hour and completing the trailer in less than an hour.
and would you say that that's a place
Weird
that has
flex.
Yeah,
yeah,
very weird
very
flex.
weird flex. Would you say that that's a place that has a lot of room for growth, or is it kind of just a dead end?
I think it does have a lot of growth, but in some instances, I mean, it's just you do
You'd
the
have
same
to-
thing day in day out.
Yeah,
you got to make connections, like
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, and you'd have to be like transient too. Like you'd have to go to separate warehouses and work there and be very flexible with everything. I mean, it's just like you'd have to make it your career. You'd have to have the time. Like for us, like we just don't want to be there, so we don't think there's any growth. Just by the fact we don't want to be there.
Yeah,
But the warehouse is generally new, so the people that worked there initially like got to the manager position quick. So it's just like that.
Are the managers there salaried? Do you know?
so the ops managers, the ones that control Max and I on a daily basis, they're not salary, so they're hourly. And they make most of their money during peak, which starts from like Black Friday, like the week before Black Friday, all the way up
Yeah.
to like New Year's.
Well, yeah, because you became a trainer around that time because they needed one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember I used to work at Walmart, and it was like a nightmare hearing about people there who were salaried, because it's nice, you have a guaranteed income, but your salary, they can call you anytime. These people, I kid you not, would work 6 days a week, 12 hours a day,
Yeah.
making like between 50 and 100K a year, which isn't bad for working at Walmart. But man, if I had to work at Walmart for 72 hours a week, I don't know what I would do with myself.
I don't think FedEx is very much different than Walmart.
Yeah, I don't think any.
Being with the coworkers you'll be surrounded by.
Oh yeah.
But with the labor, FedEx is definitely more.
Well, I think people from, I always make this joke, but like people that we know from school, they like rotate. Because when I worked at Walmart, everyone from school that I knew worked at Walmart. Now they're all at FedEx. I think there's like a rotation there. I don't know how that works.
They'll
but
come back
it's-
around full circle.
It's like a nonverbal thing. They all just migrate like birds,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, it's almost like a high school reunion. Like talking about like kids from high school and stuff, and like people who we used to know back in the day. Like I went to the local Planet Fitness, and I saw like so many faces that I recognized, but did I say a word to them? Probably not, because like everybody's doing their own thing. It was like a high school reunion almost.
If I said a word to them, it was a word. It was, what's up?
What's up?
That's
Yeah.
that's the word right there. Maybe I said 2 or 3. Maybe I said what's up instead of just sup.
What is up?
But it's not much more than that.
It's a weird dynamic, like being around those acquaintances from high school, people you're like half friends with.
I'll tell you what, yeah, coming home from college for 3 months every year is a very weird thing.
I bet, yeah.
It's like we've all been through it. It's It's interesting.
Mm-hmm. You want to get away from it.
Yeah, I'm ready to go back to college, to say the least.
Exactly.
Max, you always wear that ring.
Yes.
What's the story? I always see it. I might have asked you that before, but
my grandfather wanted me to have it before I graduated high school, or after I graduated high school, and I don't really know what it is. I mean, I thought it was ruby at first, but it's probably not because my grandpa was a cheap bastard. So, but I mean, I wear it just so I can remember him, and it feels weird when I take it off. So
you should take it to Pawn Stars and have them put it under the light.
Hell no.
Get Chumley to take a look at it.
Yeah, Rick Harrison would probably give you like $5 for that thing.
I'll take Chumley's job instantly. If I walk in there.
Yeah, well, Chumley has been like in and out of freaking rehab, hasn't he? Chumley's been.
That was a while ago too. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing something along those lines.
All those Travel Channel shows are like another world. Every time, my dad loves those shows, and every time he puts them on, I feel like I'm like back in 2012.
Yeah,
it just feels like going back in time.
It's always like Pawn Stars, American Pickers, maybe
That's
Detroit Pawn. You know, if you're feeling
Hardcore Pawn.
Hardcore Pawn.
Yeah, with the guy with like the greasy, the greasy.
Yeah.
And in the intro, he'd go, "My kid could have got killed." Yes. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I always hate. I could tolerate Pawn Stars, but the hardcore Pawn in Detroit.
Yeah.
I could never stand that. Even as a 10-year-old who didn't know what half of what they were saying meant, it was like it was that guy who was like intolerable, and then his son who was like, he also had greasy hair, already balding at the age of 20, and then he had like his daughter who was just annoying. I couldn't stand that one.
Yeah. How about Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Which one is that?
So he's a bounty hunter.
He had a wife. She had huge tits.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that.
Yep. Yeah.
Max remembers that one because of that.
No, only the chick.
Yeah. But man, all the TV shows.
You can go get a refill.
Yeah.
Little beer ASMR. When he comes back and cracks it, we'll get the mic right up close for all those viewers out there
who are into ASMR. Yeah. That was never my thing,
dude.
You know, I always kind of get freaked out, especially for the people who like listen to it whenever they fall asleep. You know, just weird stuff.
Do you ever scroll and you come across those ASMR lives on TikTok?
Oh yeah.
And it's like the weirdest stuff. It's like, have you ever seen the one where it's a bowl full of wooden stuff and water and they're just stirring it around?
No, dude. No.
I've seen that one. It's this dark room with LED lights and they're just stirring this wooden stuff around. And of course they have 10 million followers.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know.
I think the big thing now is like we've all heard of NPCs.
Let's get some ASMR here. All right, hopefully you guys are tingling after that one. Garrett, please continue.
Yeah. The NPCs. Like we've all heard of NPCs. I'm sure we know a couple.
Oh, are you talking about that trend?
But there's a trend on TikTok.
I hate people that say NPCs.
Non-player characters.
Oh my God.
Have you seen that, Garrett?
There's not enough love going around in this world, man. NPCs. Come on, man. Like, everybody's a human. Everybody's worth talking to and get another story.
Yeah, I agree, except NPCs.
But Max,
I like the meme.
Yeah, but since you're on YouTube Shorts, I feel like the TikTok fam, the TikTok gang, the TikTok cult, as I should say, I feel like we always see the content that you guys always see last. You know?
Yeah, they're a month behind us.
Yeah, right? So now the big thing is NPC like live streams. Mm-hmm. So Max, listen to this. It's a guy who's on live right now.
I know what you're talking
and
about.
People would donate, little emojis. And,
ooh, thanks for the hot.
Thanks for the hot dog.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, hot dog. Yum yum yum. Stuff like that.
That might be the closest thing I've seen to a Black Mirror episode in real life.
Yes.
True. Yes. What is that, dude?
Every next day is a new Black Mirror episode.
It is. Yeah.
What's the chick's name that started it?
I don't know, but I know what she looks like.
Yeah, that. There's this one chick on TikTok, and she's like the one who really kicked it off a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
She was making like $4,000 an hour on live. Because she sits there and acts like a robot.
A robot,
and then people donate, and then they do a little dance like an animatronic. It is the creepiest thing I've ever seen. But then, have you seen all those people? You scroll through your For You page, and they're like it's these people complaining about the trend, but then you see they're live and you click on it and they're doing the same thing.
Yes,
and then they're like,
exactly.
"Get that bag, sweetheart," and it's like you guys are.
I mean, it's like the PG version of OnlyFans in my eyes.
It's
know?
really weird.
Yeah.
It like makes my skin crawl. I don't care if you make that much money. That's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel for the people that watch that shit, dude.
For hours on end. Yeah.
What about, dude, I think about this a lot. All these Twitch streamers and stuff that make like tens of millions of dollars a year on Twitch or wherever else they stream. And they stream for like 10 hours a day and they have like 40,000 like viewers that whole time. Who are the people that sit there and watch Twitch streamers?
And donate. They donate too.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Like literally,
The
I've
4chan guys that, I mean, you see the pictures and it's all Mountain Dew bottles filled with piss.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
like that.
It must
neck
be.
beards
All
and
the
greasy
hoarders.
hair. Yeah.
I was just gonna say I've never met someone in real life who actually sits down and watches Twitch streams, but that makes sense because they probably never leave their house.
Yeah.
So it probably makes sense I've never seen them. Because like back in high school, there were a couple streamers that I would watch for like 20 minutes at a time
Yeah,
just to
yeah,
see what they were
yeah.
doing, but like hours out of their day, and then they're like a tier 3 subscriber, and it's like thanks for 40 months in a row, XX Hot Nacho 47, and it's like, dude,
Like they're a moderator or something.
Yeah.
Or an admin to it. Yeah.
like I'd love to get XX Nacho 47 on the show, like just to ask him, dude, like, do you have a job? What are you doing?
Yeah, dude, I'll pitch him a couple bucks just to get his life on the right track.
Yeah. And there was the whole epidemic about how Twitch got taken over by like just girls sitting in hot tubs,
yeah.
which is
That
basically
was like a year ago.
yeah, that's been a while,
That was
but
a while ago.
I haven't seen much about that recently. Maybe it's just because everyone's used to it at this point, but
Yeah.
All inclusive.
yeah. I mean, if you have an actual entertaining live stream that's like good, then maybe I'd watch it, but I feel like there's very few people that are actually like that, you know.
Yeah.
Like I've seen clips. You guys know Dr. Disrespect. I don't watch him, but I've seen clips of his stream, and it's like an actual legit professional looking broadcast.
Yeah.
Like he has animations and all this stuff to make it look like it's a real. It's almost like a live sporting event when some of those top level guys go live.
Yeah, they got the energy too.
Yeah, but unless it's like that, like the people that just sit there and play Fortnite for 8 hours, like
Crank 90s. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
that
don't know who's
some
watching
of those
that.
streamers, like, the viewers can just relate with, so they like them. Like, I remember watching XQC in high school for his Overwatch gameplay. I mean, he was an esports player. He was very good. And then I watched him just degrade over time, and he just turned into, like, a mindless robot. And they even, they did this thing, this was, like, half a year ago, where they were making, like, AI versions of popular Twitch streamers. So there was like an AI version of XQC, and he was way funnier than the actual version. And so, I mean, you kind of see examples of that everywhere now, where the AI version is like better than the real thing. I actually saw this thing. There's like this AI influencer now, and she's like this blonde chick, and she's got, you know, big, you know,
boobs. You can say
Yes,
boobs
big-
on the. You can
big-
say boobs on the podcast.
big boobs, big titties, big zoobies, you know.
Badonkadonks,
and everybody, yeah, and all of the incels think she's real, and
But it's like confirmed she's fake.
yeah. But you gotta.
Can you
I mean,
visibly tell she's fake?
Oh yeah, just by looking at her face, and the whole background's like fuzzy because it's all AI generated. But there will be a point where you can't tell the difference.
Oh, yeah.
You know, what if like fucking President Biden gets like a live feed of Kim Jong-un like saying he's gonna drop a bomb.
Yeah.
Well, that's
You
what's
know.
so scary about AI. Yeah, is that it could be used for real stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think they're called deep fakes.
Oh yeah.
Deepfakes.
Deep fakes, yeah.
A couple years ago, there was a
Tom Cruise.
Yes, do you remember
Deepfake.
that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like one of the first ones that really stuck out to me because it was this TikTok video of Tom Cruise, and he just like walks up to the camera and he's like, "What's up, TikTok?" Which, if a guy as big as Tom Cruise even makes a TikTok account, he spawns in with 2 million followers. And I legit, when I first saw the video, I was like, "That's Tom Cruise."
I remember that, yeah.
And then everyone was like, it wasn't him. I mean, you could kind of tell if you really look at it. But if I just glanced at that video, I'd say, "Yeah, what's up, Tom
Yeah.
Cruise?"
I mean, like we said earlier, like a Black Mirror episode.
It
You know,
is.
I mean, I think one of the biggest perks is like songwriters who died, such as Juice WRLD. You know, we can all relate to a couple of his songs, but I saw an AI generated Juice World song of him singing "Hey There, Delilah," and it was just like spot on. You know, everything was spot on. You know, it was nice. It was so smooth, and you couldn't even notice it.
I was just gonna talk about the music thing because recently we just got new albums from Travis Scott, Post Malone, two of the biggest artists. It was sort of like an event last Friday, and the whole time when they dropped the albums, I was thinking like AI could have made these albums.
Yeah,
Like you could have
100%.
made the beat and typed the lyrics into Chat GPT or whatever, and you could have just had Travis Scott on that track because there's all this stuff where it's like, oh, here's Kanye West singing a Michael Jackson song, like, and it sounds 100% real.
like Kanye. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, if we let my last episode, I ranted about AI, but I was just thinking like, okay, if this stuff keeps going, like you're not even gonna need musical artists when you can go online and put a beat down and say, hey, can you put Post Malone over this track, and press the publish button, and then you have a new Post Malone song that you just crafted in your basement using black magic.
within
So
a couple of
fake.
seconds. Yeah.
Like,
It's scary because like, why do I need the new Post Malone and Travis Scott album if I can just make it from AI in 20 minutes?
you know what's next is AI friends.
AI friends.
AI
yeah.
friends. We're all
Like the
dude,
metaverse.
Yeah, dude, our kids are gonna be growing up, and they're all gonna have Mountain Dew piss bottles.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
gonna have AI pillows with AI faces that they can like go on their tablet and change the face.
Well,
Yeah.
do you guys know
And
like
they can sing
the
them "Hey There, Delilah" to lull them to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
you don't need nursery rhymes from your parents to put you to sleep. Now you just need to type it in AI on the iPad, press
Yeah.
play, and walk away from your infant, folks. That's the
Yeah,
future.
and then go up to your Samsung refrigerator and play Clash Royale.
Yeah.
and grab
Like
a beer.
Flash and-
Put your $3,000 Apple headset on and disappear into your room for the rest of the
Yeah.
night. Scary future. But do you remember?
Kind of how it is now.
It is, yeah.
mean, you go back home from work and your parents are in the TV, in the living room watching the TV. You go to your room, you watch your thing. Your brother's there watching his thing.
Yeah.
Everyone's in their own little bubble, for better or for worse.
Like you kind of
Yeah.
separate the entire family, like the nuclear family of like, having a mom and dad in the masculine frame and then feminine frame and stuff like that.
Those old-fashioned values are gone.
I think
And
so too.
something weird that I've seen is like people have kind of lost their manners, and like just being nice to people is kind of just gone. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times, like you can tell through body language and stuff like that people don't really want to see you. They just want to go home and do their own thing.
Right.
And it's really sad.
Well,
It
yeah.
is.
I mean, you have DoorDash. Like today, you could live your life without leaving your house for like a year at a time.
100%. Yeah.
You get DoorDash if you want a little snack. Then you have what is it? Instacart. Oh, I want groceries. Zoom. Oh, I work from home. Like if you wanted to, you would never have to leave your house ever again.
Yeah, you can still do.
You could
do it
probably
now.
yeah. When is the Uber Eats app for like the emergency room gonna drop? Like
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Hey,
Doc, I just got shot. Where's Uber ER?
Uber ER.
You know?
Hey, my grandma, she lives right here. She's like in California. You can go get her, grab her a couple smokes, and then you can head to the ER.
Yeah.
If it's not
seriously.
the ER, it's a nursing home. Yeah.
Yeah, my uncle, he's in Italy right now. Could you guys just like he lives at 14
Negro Royal Lane.
he lives at 308 Negro Arroyo Lane. No, he lives at 13 Spaghetti Avenue in Italy. Could you guys just go pick him up and send him to the hospital? Yeah, sure. Thanks,
Yeah, give
Uber
him a private
ER.
flight.
Yeah.
As you sit at home and doing your thanks for the heart.
Hot dog. Yum, yum, yum.
If you
Yeah.
yeah. And look, in my day-to-day life, all this technology doesn't really impact me that much because I'm just used to it.
Yeah.
But if you took a step back for a second and looked around, you're sort of like, okay, we are already in a Black Mirror episode. Like, we keep saying, oh, this next thing is the Black Mirror. No, we're in it right now. It just
Yeah.
feels normal. And when we get to the next step, it's going to feel normal too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I think the next big step, everything's like technology related and stuff. I think the next big step for us is like the aliens. You know, we all heard that government guy give a brief on aliens, saying that you know they're real and
That's weird.
non-biological, you know,
Non-human
stuff like that.
biologics.
Non-human biological.
Biologics.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Question mark.
Does that mean they found a
It could be
rabbit?
a dog, yeah.
a dog, rabbit,
Yeah.
gorilla?
We
You
found a
know?
monkey in space.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Which
Yeah.
I do not denounce the fact that there could be monkeys in space. It's definitely possible.
it is.
I mean, the first
non-human
living
biological.
creature to be in space was a monkey, so
You think they made their own colony somewhere?
they could. Yeah. There's a whole conspiracy theory that the other side of the moon is like some alien civilization.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's all monkeys.
I've heard.
Yeah, maybe it's like the 2001: A Space Odyssey, the first scene.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
just chimps with headsets on. I've heard
Listen to
the
Joe Rogan.
I've heard the Nazi conspiracy about the dark side of the moon, that the Nazis made a base there and whatever. But
yeah.
the chimp one, that's new to me. That'd be very interesting if we were like, yeah, let's go back to the moon and we land and just get bombarded by chimps. You know,
That would be something, dude.
Lance Armstrong steps out of the ship and just gets his face ripped apart.
Yeah, like Rise of the Planet Apes and
Yeah.
Caesar. You know, the big monkey who was a leader of the other monkeys. Yeah.
I honestly think I'd be more scared if I landed on like a foreign planet and got out and it was full of chimps than full of aliens. I'd be more scared.
100%. Yeah.
Dude, chimps
Yeah.
are not to be messed with.
Hey, what about this question here? Should we look for aliens, or should we just be content with where we're at?
Well, I think, well, right now we don't really have the means to look for aliens. I mean, we do to an extent.
can
We
send
have all our
radio
Voyager,
signals out.
yeah, we have all our Voyager probes out there, junk like
And
that.
those.
And Musk is trying to go to Mars or whatever. But I think at our stage of technology, we're more likely to be found than find. Yeah. By the way, the whole Mars thing with Musk, I haven't heard any word about that in a while. He's been so fed up with freaking changing Twitter to X.
Twitter to X, yeah. But it's still Twitter, you know?
It is. Whenever I have Twitter, you know how on an iPhone you can like group your apps in a little thing?
Yeah.
So in the group, whenever it's zoomed out, it's still Twitter, and then I click on the group
It's
and it turns into X.
Black X, yeah.
What?
I think Instagram made a thing called
Threads.
Threads. So it's the same thing as Twitter or X, but it's
Well,
Instagram's
did you hear the latest story on X?
No.
Like 2 weeks ago when it dropped, it was like, oh, this is the fastest platform to 100 million users ever, which that's fake because anyone who has an Instagram account basically automatically has a Threads account if you press a button. But
Yeah.
anyway, it's already lost half of its users
Exactly.
in 2 weeks. No one's using Threads.
Every time I hear X, I always think about X,
Yeah.
Tentacion.
Yeah.
You know?
What if
You
this
know?
is Musk's way of releasing an
Yeah,
AI X?
like
like a
album.
tribute X Tentacion, you know,
Yeah.
little app.
Yeah.
Who knows?
A
And-
deep fake video of Elon Musk
Deep-
like interviewing Tentacion.
Yeah. He's going to drop the next album, AIX.
AIX, yeah.
I don't know.
That's his second kid's name.
Yeah.
AIX, yeah.
I think, I don't know. I think Elon Musk is a smart guy, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know if he has his priorities
He's just
completely in line.
autistic.
Oh, I think so.
Which, I mean, he's smart.
Not to say, not even in a negative way.
No.
I think he's freaking a genius, but I also think, dude, what are you doing
He's a
half the
savant.
time?
He
For
is
space
a
shit.
savant, yeah.
Savant for space shit.
Yeah. An
That's-
X savant.
that's-
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I just don't know. And the thing is, did you hear, like, he's trying to make X, like, as a brand, a thing for, like, 20 years?
Really?
Like, he's been trying to make X a thing since, like, the early 2000s.
Yeah.
So I don't know if when
Maybe he's like trying to merge her with the XFL.
that could be it.
Football in space.
That could be it. Everyone's saying, like, yeah, now when I get a Twitter notification, it looks like I just got, like, a porn app thing because it's just a little X
An X.
icon with, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like black and red?
It's like it's
black
black,
and
and white.
Oh yeah.
So
It's like some porn shit.
yeah, I don't know what he's up to. I don't know what goes through his head, but
Talking about the AI and Elon Musk thing, I saw a video of like somebody asking like, who would like, it was like 100,000 people die or have Elon Musk, you know, still be alive. And every question was like, every answer would be like Elon Musk, you know, because
Yes.
he's the most important person
But
in our
who-
generation.
But who do you kill?
I don't know, but yeah, I mean, one of the questions that somebody asked at AI was like, the entire like human population or save Elon Musk. And the AI said save Elon Musk.
Wow.
So yeah, just
Totally
crazy
out
black
there.
mirror
Hey, this
stuff,
AI
you know?
is brought to you by Tesla Inc.
Tesla Inc.
It's already getting it done right now.
I saw a tweet that said, I saw an X that said,
Exactly, yeah. I like that.
X, exactly. I saw
Exactly.
an X tweet that said, kill 100,000 people or keep Andrew Tate alive. And the one guy who replied said, I want to keep Tate alive because he's the only voice of reason left.
I wonder what his
And-
profile pic was.
I don't know. Probably an anime profile
Anime
picture.
profile.
Bandanas, sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, yeah. We are living in Black Mirror. Welcome to Black Mirror. Is Max going to crack another one?
2 left.
Max, let's get another little ASMR. All right, folks. That should keep you going for the next
Hey,
20
press the
minutes
like
or
button
so.
for that one.
Yeah. Hit
That was
subscribe.
juicy.
Hit follow for the ASMR content.
Sorry, yep.
We have it all here in the bunker for alternative
In
jargon.
the bunker. This literally is a bunker.
Yeah. Garrett, tell me about your bracelets there. I already asked Max about
Yeah,
his
so
ring. We'll just go
bracelets,
with all the accessories here.
Quick zoom in, 3 bracelets, right? Psych is 1 bracelet. $14 at H&M, you can't beat it. Thanks, Europe,
Thanks, Europe.
Thanks,
Means
Europe.
China.
No, I mean, well, thanks, China and Europe.
That was
you know?
definitely made in a sweatshop in Taiwan.
100%. But same with Nike, same
Oh,
with
yeah.
Hershey's chocolate.
Yeah.
I think the biggest
yeah.
thing,
Everybody's to blame.
I think the biggest thing in today's generation that goes unnoticed is all the nickel and they use nickel for batteries in smartphones and every microchip. It's some of the videos on there are pretty humanity, civil rights type.
But at the nickel mines and stuff.
Yeah, nickel and iron mines. Yeah,
Have you guys ever heard about Norilsk in Russia?
No, I have not. Tell me about it.
There's this town in the very north of Russia. We're basically in Siberia. It's nothing but cold wasteland. There's nothing there. But the land there is filled with nickel. So there's this city called Norilsk in northern Russia, and there's 100,000 people who live there. But you can't enter or exit that city without a designated shuttle because it's so hard to get to, and you can only get in and out a certain amount of months of the year because it's so cold. So there's this city of 100,000 people, and everyone's job there basically revolves around the nickel mines, and it's one of the nation's leading nickel producers. And I forget what the exact percentage is, but it's something 10% around there of the entire Russian nation's GDP comes from that city.
Wow.
You know how big Russia is.
Just from 100,000 people.
Yeah,
They have
but-
over 100 million people that live there.
Yeah, and this city is so polluted though because of that stuff that these people are basically, their lifespan is drastically lower than the rest of the city.
But they hold the whole country up.
Yeah, and you cannot even grow plants there. The only plants they have there are house plants. It's
Wow.
a
It's like Chernobyl.
if you haven't heard about it, look up a video on YouTube about it. There's this really good video on it. But, yeah, these people, they know they live in a wasteland. They're aware of it. They're not under the radar. But that's some people are born there and they just stay there. And it's crazy because how every Soviet town looks, or a Soviet town from 50 years ago where it's just all these depressing looking colorless buildings. That's what it looks like today, and it hasn't changed at all. It's the nickname for it I think is the most depressing city in the world. But it's a weird place. It's not even you're on planet Earth.
I feel like Vice News definitely made a documentary about it.
I think Vice may have done that, honestly.
Yeah. That kind of reminds me of how the hardest working civilians always make up the entire civilization.
Pretty much.
Kind of like the Rust Belt in the United States where all the coal mining and stuff was produced, and it was just poverty ridden,
Yeah.
Yeah, not to
it's
sound-
sad to see.
Not to sound like a radical, leftist, communist, socialist, but if all of Elon Musk's workers decided to stop working, he would not be worth $200 billion.
Exactly.
Like as bright of a mind as all.
If you think about it, if it wasn't for, all the blue collar workers of today, they wouldn't even be there.
Yeah.
I mean, America went through stages. Like at first, it was the coal mines and the steel mills, and now it's all in other countries, the lithium mining and solar panel material mining that keeps this world up today. It's all of the outsourcing that does it. All the people that work in China, all the kids, all the people that work in Africa getting paid near nothing. And that makes me think about, baseball drafts players from Dominican Republic, Cuba, and those places, and brings them here, and they get paid like half of what, the white Americans, the Native American, not Native Americans, but
Yeah. The domestics.
The domestic people, and it's messed up. But all those people that are underpaid are always the ones that hold, the rest of the system on their back.
You know what I think about all the time when I think of big corporations and stuff is like a company starts. Let's just take Nike for an example, like biggest sports brand in the world. Like Nike started in the U.S. and they made everything here. And then it reached a point where they said, okay, we're big enough now, even though we're worth millions and millions of dollars, we could ship the manufacture of our products overseas and be worth billions instead of millions.
Like
and it's
outsourcing,
I always think like, okay, it's great that you can do that, but what if they just stayed and kept making the millions? But then some other guy makes another sports company and he competes with Nike and he says, well, I will ship overseas and manufacture there. So it's like,
for cheaper.
Yeah. It's okay, so it's like such a moral, ethical issue where it's like, I could stay here and keep being rich, or I could go overseas and be richer. But if you stay, you could get phased out.
It's a huge dilemma.
Yeah.
Huge.
And it's like, at what point do you say, all right, like
At
getting
what
phased
point do
out
you
is
drop your morals
Right.
to make money.
Right. And there's a line in the sand and it's like, okay, I could continue to make money here, but if I don't make this upgrade that could like really screw up people's lives in China, then I'll get phased out and I won't have a company anymore because someone's going to make them cheaper and sell them cheaper than me and eventually kill my company. And it's like, it's such a weird thing to think about.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, we're at
This episode got very political.
we're at the 53-minute mark. Good episode. I was glad to have you guys on. Good to have some more guests on.
It's a pleasure,
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys could make it. We've been trying to put this together for weeks now. Scheduling, we're all busy. It's tough. But this has been episode 16 of Alternative Jargon. Thank you guys for watching, listening. Thank you to Max. Thank you to Garrett for coming on. It was fun. I have to go do an NPC TikTok live to try to make this month's rent. So we will see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.